doing a review of Lee Michelle's video Without You. I really liked the video. I didn't watch it with English stuff, but I could clearly, the message in the video was so strong that I could just tell what it was about. It was basically about her dealing with colorism and racism in the industry in Korea, and she's basically talking about the struggles of how being black and half Korean has affected her, especially while trying to pursue the career that she's trying to pursue. It was good, but it made me really sad on a lot of levels, and it actually hit very close to home because as an African American female who is dark skinned, I have experienced colorism and racism a lot, and unfortunately I don't think that racism and prejudice and colorism, I don't think those are anything that are going to disappear. However, that doesn't mean that you just have to take it, you know what I'm saying? So I really appreciated her video, and I felt like it was very courageous of her. In the video you see a lot of elements that allude to her struggles. The girl throwing the paintballs or throwing the different colored paints at the wall with her mural on it. I really appreciated that one because even though she's talking about her struggles and trying to get people to accept people who are African American, people who are darker skinned, she also takes the time to let people know that all colors and all races are important. The part where the little girl, you know, she was putting the white powder, makeup that was obviously way too light for her skin, and, you know, gaudy lipstick, something that she wouldn't usually wear. It was really heartbreaking because it shows like how I think everyone who has experienced colorism or prejudice, I think it represents how sometimes we give into the pressure and we try to conform, and once we realize that we're not happy and that people have basically denied our existence only still to not appreciate us, then that's when reality hits, and that's why she started crying. She realized that she was not beautiful, even though she tried to make herself look like the rest of the people who were making fun of her. She was beautiful as she was, and I really like at the end of the video, you see she's going through the struggle and whatnot. At the end of the video, you see that she's happy. You know, she realizes that she's good just like she is. There's nothing wrong with her, and that people need to stop being racist and people need to stop being colorist. And I really appreciate that video, and I really feel like I'm kind of glad that she's not with YG because I don't think they would have been able to handle her, because that's a really bold move, you know, being a new artist or coming out with your first music video and you make it so powerful. That's something that can actually make or break you, but she took the chance and she did it anyway. And I really appreciated this video, and I really liked it. And she has such a beautiful voice, and it's so sad that people sabotaged her simply because of her skin color, because she's so talented. She's so talented. Her voice is amazing. Like, her voice, when she hits those high notes and when she just like belts out her voice, it sends a chill up your spine. Like, her voice is so beautiful. And to think that people literally tried to hold her back because of her race or because of her skin color. Lee Michelle is a beautiful girl. Like, just because she's darker than, you know, a lot of people in Korea doesn't mean it doesn't. Like, she's a beautiful girl. Even if she wasn't all that pretty, it doesn't give you the right to make fun of her or make fun of her skin color. Being in Korea and being even a smidgen darker than milky white, oh, you're suddenly a black pearl. I know that it was very hard for her, and that's what I appreciate in the video. She didn't wear a lot of makeup. She didn't really like dress up a lot. She wore her natural hair. It was like it had just been flat ironed, and she wore minimal makeup. So she was showing people that this is me. This is who I am. And I like that, you know, in her video, she made herself not look too fancy. She didn't try to cover up herself in order to conform, and that's another thing that I like about her. And I like the part how she, you know, showed when she had the white makeup on and the red lipstick, she looked totally different, totally not like herself, totally uncomfortable, and it just looked really unnatural. And I think she did that to show, to contrast with how she actually looks and how not like how I look. This is me. I'm not gonna be what you want me to be. So I really, really like the video. It spoke on a lot of different issues that need to be touched on. A lot of touchy subjects that need to be touched on because it's ridiculous how people still display racism and colorism in the 21st century. I remember when I was watching Mr. Popo's review or afterthought on her video, he said when he recently took a trip to Korea, and when he took a trip to Korea, people stared at him like all the time. So I feel like I can really identify with that because I live in an area dominantly African American people, and when I go out to the suburbs where mostly Caucasian people live, it's very different. Like I do get stared at a lot. People don't say anything to me. Going to the store, sometimes I can tell sometimes people are reluctant to give me service. So it doesn't bother me. Like it bothers me because it's like, wow, that's messed up. Like you're not gonna give me service, or you're not gonna talk to me simply because I'm African American. Like, why is race such a big thing? Like, why is this such a big thing for people? I don't understand. Because race, it doesn't bother me. It's just, I mean, you white, I'm black, you know, we can all get along. So it's just like, it doesn't make me feel, I'm just glad that I'm confident in myself. Because if I had been a lesser person or someone who's not as confident in myself, then I probably would let that get to me. And that's why people need to stop displaying racism and colorism and prejudice, because first of all, it's wrong. I hate it how people are all like, oh, you know, that's their culture and blah, blah, blah. No. A person's culture can be wrong. Like, if it's your culture to kill people or murder people, that's wrong. Like, no. Likewise, it's wrong for your culture to make people feel bad because of their very existence. Like, no, it's wrong to hate people just because they're simply different than you are. That's wrong. Flat out. Hands down. No excuses. And I really don't think that is their culture. There's so much more to K-pop and Korean culture. However, that is a big problem that they have with the colorism. So I don't really accept that excuse as, oh, you know, that's how they are, that's how it's always been, blah, 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 blah. No. You don't accept excuses that people try to use to defend people in Korea who display blatant colorism because they seem like people all the time. Like, it doesn't even matter if they've been made fun of in the media. They should know that African American people are people and they have feelings just like they do. So, we're not our skin, we're not our race, we're just people. We're just people who happen to be black. Like, I mean, we're just people who happen to be dark skinned. Like, we're just people who happen to be black. Like, we could have been born any different type of way. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing. It's just a part of us. It's just a feature of us. Just like our hair is long or short, or our eyes are big or small, tall or short. It's just a characteristic of us. Nothing more, nothing less. And people shouldn't judge us based on our skin color. They shouldn't make assumptions based on our race. But sadly, people do. And I feel like that's never going to change. However, I feel that people can be made aware of their actions and be let known that it is wrong to say such things. So I don't think that racism is ever going to stop existing. However, I do think that if people stand up enough, less people will display colorism, racism, and prejudice. So I really, really liked the video. It was very brave of her. Very, very courageous of her, you know, and it's very selfless of her too, because she could have made a video where she was dancing around, having a good time, you know, just a video, just a fun, carefree video, but she decided to do something serious. She decided to use her career and use her publicity and use her popularity to send an important message. So that's something that I really appreciate too, because I feel like a lot of times stars, they don't use their influence properly. Like, they use their influence for stupid stuff, when I feel like stars, if they talk about more serious things, people will be more willing to listen. But they don't do that, and I really, really give her super, super duper huge props for doing that, for using her career. And she, I mean, this is her debut video. She has been waiting for this forever. She could have used this to just be like, you know what, I'm just gonna let go and do my thing and go all out and, you know, just have fun. but she used it to talk about a serious subject, and I really, really, really appreciate that. So, like I said, it really definitely hit close to home because I've experienced colorism. But when I was younger, I got teased for my skin color. I got teased for being dark skinned. People would tell me, "Oh, you're black. You look burnt." Um, Things like that. And for a minute, it was funny because I never thought anything was wrong with my skin color until people started talking about me. And it really hit me when I first started getting into makeup when I was 16. And I went to the store and I was about to buy my first foundation. And I went in the store and I bought a foundation that was like 10 shades darker than my skin. It was literally like the color of chocolate. Like, see how this is like darker than me? I picked up something that looked like this. Just automatically picked the darkest color because I remembered when people talked about me. I remember when people would say I was burnt or they said I was dark and I was ugly because of my skin color. I remembered that, and that's when it really hit me that colorism is real and that it's here and that it's wrong because people made me feel like I was so dark, which is nothing wrong with being super dark, but to make fun of someone to the point where their perception of themselves is skewed is wrong. That's why racism, colorism, prejudice is so wrong. You got all these different people thinking that they're horribly ugly and they're deformed and oh, I wish I wasn't born black and stuff like that. And it's just ridiculous. Like, seriously, it's ridiculous and it needs to stop. Point blank. So I really like Michelle's video. Michelle Lee, I'm not sure which way it goes. I'm pretty new to her. I really like it and I really appreciate it. And big ups to you, and I wish you a very successful career. I wish you all the strength in the world and all the support because you definitely deserve it.
With